Hey, what's up everyone, Ollie here. So a few months ago I did a video on my Tesla Model 3, basically I bought a Tesla Model 3. In that video I mentioned that I'm going to be wrapping my Tesla Model 3. I got it wrapped in the beginning of January, so a few months ago now, but I just haven't had a chance to do a video because the weather in the UK has been terrible. Every single weekend that I've had, the weather's just been terrible. I've also been on holiday and I've been ill. I had a cold or a flu or something. I don't know if it was coronavirus, hopefully not. But yeah, I've sort of been keeping away from everyone and sort of just recovering, you could say. But anyway, here we are. Finally, I could do the video and basically just show you all the customizations that I've done to my Tesla Model 3. So of course, the biggest customization I've done is wrap the car. In my previous video, I showed that I got the car in midnight silver, basically Tesla's version of grey. And a lot of you asked, why did I spend £1,000 to basically get the customized color, get the midnight silver? And the reason for that was because I wasn't actually 100% sure I was going to wrap it. And if I were going to wrap it, I didn't want to also get the door shuts done. So, when you usually wrap a car, the door shuts are actually the most expensive part, mainly because, there's so many little intricate things in there, and the wrap and stuff, getting it all in there is quite a bit of faff, it's quite a bit of labor. So yeah, I thought, I want it to look a bit cleaner if I do get it wrapped. And if I don't, at least I have it in grey. I didn't like the white colour. I'm not a fan of white cars at all. So yeah, I wanted it either to be grey or for it to be wrapped grey, which is what I did. I got the car wrapped in satin dark grey. I think it's 3M material. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, the guys over at Rock On Studio and the guys over at Dub Customs really helped me out here. They're the ones who wrapped it. I'll leave links down to their website, Instagram, whatever else down below, so that, if you guys are interested in getting your car wrapped, you can. So yeah, satin dark grey, and I think it looks incredible. The colour of it, the way it looks in sunlight and when it's not sunny, basically, because when we don't have sunny days and when it's grey outside, or even just at night, it just looks fantastic in satin grey. I think it looks awesome. And because I've gone for the dark grey, sort of satin grey, sometimes it can look a bit matte, sometimes it can look a bit gloss depending on the light. A lot of people always ask whenever they see it, what is that wrap? It's quite interesting. I love it. I am super happy with it. It's better than I expected, much better than I expected, and it looks factory. It looks like it's been done at factory, which is exactly what I wanted. I want it to look very professional, and yeah, I'm just very happy with it. I love the way it looks when you're going down the road or wherever. Whenever I park it up, I always just give it a second look because I'm so happy with the way it looks. It just looks awesome. And I didn't just get the wrap because it looked cool. I also got it because Tesla aren't known for great paint on their cars. There's no other way to put it. They have had paint sort of quality issues with their cars. And in the UK, in the winter especially, we have like 4 or 5 months, 3 or 4 months, where, there's salt on the roads because it gets a bit icy. Luckily, this latest winter hasn't been that crazy. It's been very mild actually, but still there's salt on the roads, there's grit on the roads, and those stuff sort of get on the car. And the wrap on this car hides the rain, hides the grit, hides the salt so well. I didn't wash the car for a good month and a half after getting it wrapped, and it didn't even look that dirty. It still looked very fresh and very clean. And yeah, the wrap just really helps protect it from everyday sort of just road wear, everyday sort of things coming up from other cars as well in front of you. And yeah, it's just done a fantastic job of protecting the paint, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to do it. I was considering satin PPF, but PPF is even more expensive. It's very expensive, just because of the type of material it is. I don't actually know the specifics of why exactly that material itself is very expensive. So yeah, I just ended up going with a normal sort of 3M wrap. Yeah, and it just looks great. When it comes to the rear of the car, I actually added a bit of sort of design styling, you could say. So the diffuser on the car I thought was a bit too low, and you can't just sort of get a diffuser and put it on. And well, I think you can, but I didn't really like the look of any of the ones that I saw online. So what I've done is, what I got the guys who are wrapping the car to do is add a sort of satin black or matte black, I can't remember exactly, sort of wrap that goes up a bit more, so that it gives the bumper a bit more depth, the rear bumper a bit more depth, and I think it makes a massive difference. It makes it look a bit more sporty, a bit more aggressive from the rear, which is what I wanted, because I don't think the back of the Model 3 is its best angle. I think it's a bit too plain looking, and because it's quite a big back as well, because it comes up quite high, it just does look a bit plain because there just isn't enough styling. So I added this sort of black wrap on the back, and I think it looks awesome. I also got the badges wrapped in black too, just to give it a bit more of a stealthy look, just to give it a bit more, dark look, you could say. I also got the dual motor badge on the back done in black, and I still have the red line underneath, and yeah, I think that just looks pretty sweet. I also basically got rid of all the chrome, so you know, I'm not a big fan of chrome. It's completely fine if you are. I know some cars do look great with chrome, and I know some people prefer chrome, which is completely fine. I just prefer not to have any chrome. I prefer to have it in black, so I got it all wrapped in black, especially the window trim, some of the cameras and the door handles. You know, I got them done in gloss black, and yeah, I just think it adds to the sort of stealthy look of the car, and it looks awesome. I also have the rear window tinted, and that was actually pretty expensive, mainly because the glass is so big. You know, it's a panoramic roof sort of design, and yeah, you know, you can see right into the car. So I wanted to get it tinted just to add a bit more stealth to the car, and so that people couldn't easily look in from the rear. I got the rear windows tinted as well, but I didn't get the front windows or the windscreen tinted or anything like that, mainly because in the UK it's not legal, and also because I want to be able to see. You know, I actually do prefer being able to see out of my windows, out of my windscreen, and you know, just being able to see left and right and what's ahead of me. I have also done some interior modifications. So the interior, the sort of center console, is gloss black, and I actually like the gloss black. The only problem with it is that it scratches up very easily, and sunlight reflects off it, and yeah, I just didn't think it really sort of will wear well over time. So I ended up getting some sort of like matte black sort of it's not wrap, you could say. They're actually plastic sheets that are cut specifically to the center console, and they basically just stick on with sticky pads underneath. I got it from Amazon. It wasn't cheap. I think it was like 40 or 50, something like that. It wasn't cheap, but because it's already cut and because it's not flimsy and it doesn't like move around like a wrap does, it was so easy to stick on, and it makes such a massive difference. I think it actually matches better with the interior because there aren't many other things in the car that are gloss black, as far as I can tell. So, you know, because the leather itself is sort of matte black, even though I have the white seats, I mean, like the dashboard, the doors and stuff like that are all sort of matte black leather, and having the matte black center console, it just makes such a difference, and it doesn't scratch up as easily, it can wipe down very easily, and it just hides that sort of everyday wear and tear very well. I think it looks awesome, and yeah, I think it's probably one of the best modifications that I've done that I didn't even know I was going to do. So yeah, very happy with it. I also got a wireless charger installed that I just bought from Amazon. It wasn't that expensive. It's okay, you know, the quality isn't amazing, it is still plastic, but it works, and you know, I've got it for now. I might upgrade to a high-end one. I am looking at the official Tesla one, but you know, if you don't want to spend 120 or 150 or whatever it is on the official Tesla one, you can just get this one from Amazon. I'll link it down below, and yeah, it works well, and you can have two phones charging at the same time, so yeah, it's pretty awesome. I've also got a simple suction phone mount just on the windscreen, nothing too special, another one that I just picked up from Amazon. I did actually want to stick it behind the screen on the Tesla itself, the main screen that you have. I wanted to stick it onto the back of it and have the sort of phone sort of floating beside the screen. I did that, but I just don't think it looked right, and half the time my steering wheel was sort of blocking the view, so I ended up just putting it on the right hand side and using it there and leaving it there. I think I might try and feed a cable around so that I can charge my phone whilst I'm using it, because even though the maps and everything on the Tesla are amazing, it has Google Maps and everything, I still sometimes prefer to use Waze. You know, Waze I think is a bit more up to date, and people report like potholes and sort of police cars and accidents and things like that. You know, Google Maps doesn't really tell you any of that sort of stuff, so you know, being able to use Waze for that sort of stuff is brilliant, and that's why I still have a sort of phone mount for my phone whenever I want to basically go somewhere that I don't know. So yeah, it works really well. Other than that, that is pretty much it for all the customizations I've done. You know, there aren't actually too many. I guess they're quite big ones, especially the wrap. That's a big customization. But yeah, other than that, there really isn't much else. I think, you know, Tesla have done really well with everything else in the car. I've obviously owned the car for 3 months now, coming up to 3 months, and yeah, I'm very happy so far with everything, very happy with my purchase. I will have a sort of long-term review coming in the next few months, maybe, you know, in the summer maybe, or maybe after the summer, because, you know, it's easy doing a review when you've had a car for like a day or two or 3 or 4 days, but that's not long-term ownership, you know. I don't think that really goes through some of the long-term things that you come across when you own a car. So, you know, I wanted to do a sort of long-term ownership review, you could say, you know, after a few thousand miles. I've only done 1,200 miles in this car. They're all sort of very small journeys, you know, and stuck in traffic most of the time, if I'm honest with you. But this car is just great as an everyday car. I am so happy with it. I really don't think there is anything else out there sort of for the money that is going to be as fun as this and as comfortable. Well, there are cars that are comfortable, more comfortable for sure, but are there cars as fast as this for the sort of money? I think it'll be hard to find one, to be honest. So yeah, and you know, there's so much storage in the car. Being able to charge it when I get home, you know, and just having full charge every morning is fantastic. You know, I barely ever go to fill up with petrol now. I only go to fill up with petrol when I'm filling up my AMG, and you know, my AMG still does get driven on the weekends. That car is mainly for the weekends, but my Tesla is for everyday driving. And yeah, for the few months that I've had it, I've been very pleased with it, and yeah, it's been a great experience. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and subscribe for more.